What's up? I'm Grizz. Welcome, episode 22, Vinland Saga. I really hope we get the Thorfinn Canute conversation this episode. Well, I'm still under the impression it's going to be rather short if we do. I really do hope that we get one. Because, well, Thorfinn did make a deal, and the other guys are probably going to honor it, even though they don't have to, but they probably will when he ends up ultimately winning this, because we know he's going to. Canute has not been involved in this, so he doesn't have to see him, and we already know he doesn't want to, so, like, he doesn't have to agree to this. Which just, already puts me in the mindset. It's not going to go well if we do, but we'll end up seeing, and I really don't know the direction that they're going to take here, so I'm very excited just to see the way it kind of goes. If you like it all, hit the like and subscribe. It mean a lot to me. Feel free to stick around for the discussion, leave in the comments about this episode or series. Let's go on to episode 22. Just taking them over and over. Okay, so now I have zero clue what his trick was. The thing in his mind that he's like, oh, there's a trick to doing this. Because he's getting hit in every spot. So, honestly, I'm with these guys. As somebody who enjoys his fair share of gambling, this is rather thrilling for them, yeah. Like, how the fuck are you still standing? Ah, he's kind of just letting it happen. Does it make it like lighter on you if you do that? Ah, gotcha. So it's not a way of just not getting hit in a specific spot, but more of allowing the blow to be less on you, you know? Yeah, it's crazy how fucking far you've come to think that. He did say this. Mm-hmm. Just enduring, allowing violence to be the last resort. Maybe just in this moment, though, it's probably situational. They make the clouds look so fucking good. Oh. So he actually got hit there because he got distracted. And he finally felt like he got a good one, yeah. Fuck, dude. Snake didn't mean bad. He really meant well, but it wasn't the time, dude. No, we got things to do. Yep. Also for himself, but yeah. Say, Olmar, this is what a fucking real man looks like. No, it's not. It's not just about surrendering. Yeah, he is. He's a big softy. Honestly, I agree with that. Like, have you ever really tried? Yeah. Or are you just saying and assuming the power of words that actually have some meaning and some conviction behind them, you know? Right. And if you did try and say things through words, it was simply trying to back them down and save yourself in a way. Not have a proper talk to communicate. And my man's back on his feet. Okay. That's very white teeth. I would assume they'd be... You just call him middle part? What a guy. Wow. And at this moment, everybody truly realizes this guy's not fucking around. It's not fun and games like they thought it was at first. But you have to let him honor it. He doesn't want to either, but just let him do it. The other guy's tired out of his fucking mind right now. Put absolute everything into all your punches, of course. Yeah. These are probably so weak too, but Thorfinn's so beat up at this point that it feels the same. Yeah. Let's go! We fucking did it! Too easy. Barely put any effort into it, if we're being honest. Do you believe him now that he was a guard for the king before? I respect you. Yeah. He deserves to speak. It's just a matter, does Canute want to speak with him? It was the deal we made. Oh, well, yeah. There's other reasons. It's because violence is not the answer. Yeah, like, what would that mean? That'd be a big lie. Yeah. But why don't we just... Right. Right. In protection and like for someone else? No. Respect, dude. But yet he feels nothing towards you. Because he doesn't have any. As a wise man once said. Excellent. Yeah. Especially people who are absolutely driven by it. I don't even know what that means, but yeah. What if he fucking would speak to me? He does it because he has to. He's simply different. Ah, oh, fuck, boys. It's gonna happen. Canute can't run. Oh, damn it. Good luck, bro. Oh, we're bringing him. Wow. Whole mountain's gonna turn into an absolute bunch of nothing, huh? Yep. It's what we're trying to stop. All you can see is the scar that you left. Your blade. Yep. How different they each are, too, from this moment. Mentally and physically, like, appearance-wise. Awesome. No. He has no reason to. Maybe a little more, but no. Should be grateful. Yeah. Could have put him away there. Yeah, he doesn't know anything. Yeah, fucking crazy. It's a lot of time.
農場から手を引いてくれ。
できんな。事の発端はケティル川にある。ケティルの子オルマルが重視になれぬのを恨み、我が配下10名を殺害したのだ。
That's Olmar did not kill 10 of his men. Hold on.
もうこの一帯は立ち直れないかもしれない。
That's valid.
降伏を勧告した上でのことだ。
They have no intentions.
そりゃつまりこの農場を手に入れるまでってことだろ。
That's what he's saying.
建前並べたって隠せねえぞ。王様なんて言っても実際ただの強盗じゃねえか。
A thief with a higher title.
様と何が違うってんだ。ああ、そんなに畑が欲しければ自分で作ってみやがれ。土を耕して見守って育ててみろよ。そうすりゃ
Hey, get your shit off, Einar. I respect it.
悪いことが身に染みてわかるだろうぜ。
And you know firsthand about having things taken.
地上に楽土を作る。生き苦しむ者たちのための理想郷を。まだそう思っているか。
I think he does.
よこそは帝王、北海最強のバイキングである。
The power to do absolute anything. What a shot.
世の力は人知を超え、不可能を可能にする。見よ、世の力であの波を沈めてみせよう。帝王クヌートの名において波を沈まれ。
But he's a little in over his head over here. Didn't work. Huh.
見たか、そなたたち。我が力を寄せるさざ波さえ止めることができ神だ。
Alright.
この地上に楽土を築くということは、奴の定めた条理に逆らうということ。神への反逆だ。奴の定めに従っていては、人間は幸福になれぬ。
Wow. Rebellion against God.
楽園に住む資格があると思うか。だが、それこそ人間だ。者たちを救わねば、楽土建設など到底可能。
Wow. It's his duty in a way he feels. Why though?
そうだ。この者たちを制し、御し、その力を束ね、楽土へ向かわせることができる者は、世を置いて他にはおらぬ。力が必要だ。
To be their strength, I need their strength.
神と戦うのだ。
Bro. What is my man's on?
すごい男だ、クヌート。
誰が救うんだ。バイキングは力になるから生かして役に立たない人間からは殺して奪うのか。楽土建設が効いて呆れるぜ。俺はエセルレッド王に村を焼かれ、スベン王に家族を殺された。奴らにどんな理想があったかなんて知ったこっちゃねえ。
I still talk.
もう真っ平だ。これ以上お前らの犠牲になってたまるかよ。
恨むなら恨め。そなたに許されるとは思わぬ。
But he does what he does.
よせ、エイナル。
All for a certain reason.
改めて聞く。
You're not
農場
gonna.
から手を引く気はないんだな。
No.
ない。ケテルの富は世の事業に必要だ。世を殺すか。
Nope. You have to go separate ways.
殺さぬ限り世を止めることはできるぞ。
Fuck, bro. Use the power of intimidation and your overwhelming forces. Nothing. Yeah. What do you want to do? And they end like that. You some crazy shit. for the most part. I think this was basically everything that I wanted, and maybe a little more, maybe not, maybe just what I was kind of expecting going into it. No, it was more, because I expected the conversation to be a lot shorter than it ended up being. And I expected us to not really get much out of Canute, and I feel like we did get a decent amount. Sorry if during the reaction it seemed like I was like rather confused with the things he said, because I kind of was. I just went back and rewatched it. I think I understand it a bit more now. I wasn't understanding or picking up entirely on what he was doing. First off, I just want to say I believe the whole thing with the waves and everything was meant to be so dramatic because it was like a joke, and I didn't really pick up on that too much. But it's quite funny now looking back on it if you take it that way. But this episode overall just embodies the closure, or the climax in which we had to reach for Thorfinn to finally come to the realization of something that we've heard since the beginning. Episode, what was it? 3, I think, things that his dad told him, and finally being able to pick up on all of this and realize he has no enemies, and realize that there's no need for all this violence in this world, and the things that, harm that he's caused to others. He doesn't even know any of these people that he's met, or the people that he's been fighting against literally over the past few days and during this battle, and he's been getting hit by in this deal that he ended up having to make, right? He doesn't know any of them, and the fact that he would have to consider them enemies or threats in some sort of way. Well, I guess you can consider them threats, but enemies in some sort of way it's wrong, and it just shouldn't be like that. He has no reason to hate them. They haven't done anything to him. They haven't done anything wrong. And even if they did, there might be better ways, such as communicating, such as just whatever method he thinks, whatever the first method should be, or the best method that he could have. I will say though, leading into these few weeks, I have seen that panel in the manga. It's kind of hard if you're actively on like Twitter or something, and a lot of things pop up from like shows that you watch, and everybody refuses to, not keep silent about things and just post fucking spoilers. So that was unfortunate that I, already saw that, but it wasn't that bad because I was expecting that to come, if we're being honest. Like, that was bound to happen at this point. I mean, the whole way that his character was kind of progressing this entire way. Regardless, very happy that we were able to finally see that and have him come to that full realization and be able to put that out into words for other people to see and understand. Overall, just a fantastic moment. Everything, the way it was done. Love to see that. Him also during that fight getting hit on accident, like not taking like a full hit when he wasn't trying to, because the distraction through Snake that happened, and then him still getting up like an absolute badass and shocking everybody around him basically, and making them kind of feel like, oh shit, like this guy isn't fucking around, or he's for real, like, and the other guy realizing that was like real badass. That I absolutely love that he was able to do that and able to prove himself throughout this entire thing and allow these others around him to kind of be like, okay, he wasn't fucking around. Oh, we should respect him. Literally, he was able to hold up to something like this, something that none of us could have ever imagined, right? And through the impression that he left on all of them and how, I guess, respected he becomes in a way through them, they kind of want to honor the deal that they ended up making and allow him to go and see Canute. So it progresses us there. Absolute perfect. I think one of the best things that Thorfinn did probably this entire season is bring Einar along for this talk. I initially thought we were just getting straight one-on-one, but the fact that he was able to bring him along, I think was a great decision for him. Also for us as viewers to be able to witness him just kind of yelling at him. The conversation with them went similar to how I was expecting, but at the same time not because, well, one, it was longer than I was expecting, but also because I didn't expect Canute to be like as dramatic and just the way that he kind of was and the things that he said. I wasn't expecting all of that, but at the same time I was expecting him to kind of just disagree or deny everything that Thorfinn was kind of trying to say and, make him do and be against it. This whole sequence though specifically was rather done extremely well. Very beautiful visuals at all times that they were showing off, and absolute treat just to look at. So I was very, very pleased, especially like just to the eye. It was very, very pleasing to watch. Now we get into like the main portion, I think, of like really what Canute was getting at in this. And while Thorfinn continuously tries to convince him to back him down in a way and be like, why are you doing this? You shouldn't be, taking over for the land. And Einar chimes in and starts calling him a thief for the stuff that he's doing and the path that he's kind of going on by just taking for others. And he's not building, and he's not, like all this other shit that he's kind of going at, which I was really happy or Einar was able to kind of get his shit off and start just yelling at him at moments, and that nobody really took offense to it. Canute just kind of understood, like, there's people that probably don't like the things that I do and don't appreciate the way that I am, and I just kind of have to accept that I'm the one who made these choices, so I should at least hear them out and hear their concerns, right? And that's what he did. I mean, in the first place, for us to even have this meeting, he literally just, the only reason he took it, he didn't want to, but the only reason he did is because his men around him thought it would be in his best interest, or they, they respected this guy enough and they wanted him to meet the king, that he's like, all right, I'll take it just because it's what my men want. His entire dialogue, though, that he later on went on, about after Thorfinn provoked him with the idea of, before stating that he wanted to create this utopia, Canute kind of going out of his way and talking about the ideas that that's something that I guess he still wants to do. If we're thinking of this correctly, I believe he still wants to do that. It's just kind of different than maybe how he intended at first. And he's at the point now that he has to kind of rebel in a way. He has to go against the force that is kind of preventing something like that to really exist, claiming that there are people out there, people in this world, such as the Vikings, the people that he's a leader of. And he's somebody who has this immense amount of power and land and ability to kind of reign and control over all these people. And there's these people, though, that he has to control over, such as the Vikings, who have lost their way, who have been abandoned by God over the time. And in his mind, God is this one who is this natural force, this force in a way that is kind of preventing the utopia from being created. He is the one who is preventing all these good things that could come in life, and he's the one who's kind of pushing against that, not allowing others to rise and become more powerful than they should, like kind of holding his ground in some sort of way. And the only way for him to go against and create the things that he wants and the places that he thinks is right is for him to rebel against what is considered natural in a way, in the way of God, by using his resources and taking the men who have been abandoned and have no way, and taking their abilities and their power and combining that with what he is capable of, while he's not the fighter himself, capable of having these connections and this wealth and this power of just authority in a way, and being able to combine all of that together to create something such as a place for them, the Vikings themselves, to live and to be. No matter what, though, at the cost of having to take so many other innocent lives in a way, he's the one who feels like those are the people who are kind of given this free reign in some sort of way, and allowing them, the people of God in a way, to kind of continue on and live. He is taking the side more so of the people who have been abandoned, and he wants to create a place for them, because that's essentially what the original utopia was. If I'm understanding that correctly, that's I believe the summary of kind of how I'm viewing it, which is so interesting to me, simply because Thorfinn and Canute seem to be on two different complete paths, like opposite of each other, which is different from how they started, which I believe Canute was more on Thorfinn's current path, and Thorfinn is now on Canute's current path, like the opposites of where they each kind of started, where Thorfinn was so violent or like kind of just out to kill or do like whatever at first, and Canute's kind of resorted to that in a way, where Thorfinn is now on the piece trying to create this utopia, trying to do like all this stuff in which Canute was initially like planning for, right? Just to show two characters who have completely developed and separated themselves into two separate things. And I see here that Two Paths is the title of the next episode, so that works out perfect, because they have to go on two different split paths, and they are both on two different roads in which they're kind of headed. Back to that thing before us stating about the water, and me not getting that joke and stuff at first, but I think it also can represent how powerless in a way Canute kind of felt and kind of feels as a person, and feels that he needs other people who can provide him strength in some sort of way if he wants to accomplish these dreams in a way that he's setting out for. And in the grand scheme of things, he's absolutely nothing like in comparison to a being like God. I also wanted to look up that thing that they kept saying they were going to play a game, and I did not understand. So it's a board game, the Viking game, King's Table. Okay, Viking chess. Is it like four-sided chess? I don't know. I'll look more into this later. Okay, so it's like a real game then. Okay, I just didn't know what the word was. All right, just want to say, absolutely love the show, and I continue to say that every week, but it really does a lot for me, and I absolutely love just being here and kind of witnessing everything that's going on. I wish I could have talked a bit more, but I fucked up my schedule and now I have to go, so I don't have any time to kind of expand things a bit more than I really wanted to. But I would be very grateful if anybody could leave any comments about just overall thoughts, or the way that they took this episode, or kind of the way that they feel certain things. I mean, and be able to read them, just because I love things about the show so much, and just love kind of figuring out and seeing how other people feel about certain things. And I would love nothing more than that. Also, I would like to know opinions on people, like how they feel about certain characters, who they like, who they don't like, if they have a favorite one overall. Askeladd was easily my favorite, especially throughout the first season, and I think he still definitely remains that. And while Thorfinn's great for everything that he does, something about Canute, and every time he's on screen, it just feels so commanding, and I absolutely love the way that he approaches everything. So he might be like currently like alive in the series, might be my favorite, but I'm curious to see what other people think. It's gonna be all from me though. Very excited to see how this wraps up next week, and the direction and that everybody goes. Actually, we have 2 weeks, so I have no clue where they're going to go in that final episode. Maybe Thorfinn gets to go home. That would be cool. Anyways, if you liked it all, hit the like and subscribe. It would really mean a lot to me. Feel free to check out the other videos on the channel. Leave any comments about this episode or series. I will be back next week for episode 23. You guys have a good one though. See ya.